some sketchy shit. Doo-dah, doo-dah, hope I get away with it. Oh, doo-dah, day.
It's still on you.
What, Dan? I'm back.
Yes, I know.
Good evening, folks.
Hello, everyone.
Oh. What, Dan?
Life is beautiful all the time. Yes. I'm still in the post. Oh my God, it's nice to have hot water again.
We lost Joe.
Yeah, he probably had to get out of the truck and do something. He is on the work site.
Yeah, this is true.
And he's got to chew bubble gum and tape names.
There he is.
Lost my audio.
Oh, okay.
I put in my headset and I couldn't hear anybody. I heard all them like videos and stuff, and then once we all came on screen, it was like silence.
Oh, okay. Sorry about that.
Yeah, we figured you just had to step out of the truck and yell at somebody for goofing off.
No, I got my coworker behind me. We're on a closed ramp. And we're just waiting on traffic control to finish setting up the closure. They ran out of barrels. I saw them go by, and they must be taking the long way back around because they haven't shown back up yet.
Well, you've still got plenty of time to do live action Frogger tonight.
So what are they actually do? What kind of job is it? Are they repaving the ramp?
No, so with the way we're having to take the lanes tonight, we're just closing this ramp down because there wouldn't be enough room for traffic to safely merge in. So we opted to close this ramp. And all we're doing is there's 2 patches that still have to be done. And of course, they're in the center lane.
Oh, so it's an on-ramp.
Yeah, we're sitting on an on-ramp right now. And actually, let me see if I can do this.
Yeah, on-ramps aren't too bad. What scares me is closed-off ramps.
So I'm on the ramp there. You can see traffic kind of going by there. That's actual I-65 with the vehicles going by.
Doesn't look too busy.
No, this time of night it's not bad.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, is that the better one?
Do
Oh,
what?
yeah, there we go. That's a little bit better as far as views go.
All right, so they're just closing that ramp to.
Yeah, we're closing this ramp to make it safer for the motoring public.
That's good.
So, thing is, I'm waiting to get on Facebook here in a little bit just to see everybody complaining about it, because this ramp's been closed since April, May. They just reopened it earlier this week, and now we got it closed again for one more night.
Well, you got to do what you got to do.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just 2 patches. We got a quick set mix that we're putting in it. We got to make beams for and break them at 6 and 8 hours. So it's going to be a whole night affair.
I wish you could come down here and teach Georgia DOT how to not make a road lumpy as all get out.
I wish I could do that with NDOT.
Are you kidding? They pay extra for them bumps.
Right?
They had a temporary when they were replacing the bridge. They had a temporary that was actually smooth. When the bridge got finished, they took away the temporary and put in all kinds of bone-jarring dips and hills in the fresh pavement they just did. I'm going, what did you not get the heavy-duty steamroller? Or did you just not put enough water in the barrel?
They cut corners on the abutment. Is it right at the beginning and the end of the bridge?
It's worse than that. The beginning, if you're coming from town towards my house, it's absolutely fine. At the end, when it's going up a hill to the first road that you could turn off of and go down towards the road my mom lives on, it's ridiculous. I mean, I've been on smoother roller coasters. Seriously.
Oh, out of your brain, Joe. Don't say it. Oh, I ain't gonna do it.
You were the one talking about 7 foot tall. Never mind. Not the green room.
Now, I just wonder what a roller coaster full of deaf people would sound like. Sorry.
Same thing as the roller coaster full of not deaf people would sound like. Except maybe quieter.
No, mute people. That's right.
Oh. Okay, that's a different thing.
I'll screw the joke up. Never mind.
Yeah.
Yes, that sounds like an excellent idea. All right.
Who was the comedian that was telling the joke about they were traveling by airplane to their destination and one of the engines caught fire?
Ron White.
Was it Ron White? Or no, it wasn't Ron White. That's a different joke.
Was it Bobby Collins? Was it Bobby Collins?
I think it might be. But he said they were just coming in to land, and as a precaution, the airport rolled out all the fire trucks. He said, and there was this mentally handicapped person in the back of the plane sitting on the window. And just the plane's getting ready to land on the runway, you hear this really loud voice from the back of the airplane go, "Fire trucks!"
Yeah, Bobby Collins was the one that kept saying, "I got caca." And he would talk about Continental Airlines. "Hey, this is so-and-so from Continental." And he'd be doing that voice for...
No, Ron White's joke is one of the engines went out on the plane as they were flying, And the guy in the passenger seat asked him, he goes, "How far can this plane go on one engine?" Ron White turned to him and said, "All the way to the scene of the crash."
Mhm.
Yep. Hey, he's not
Oh,
wrong.
You can technically land with one engine, but it's hard to take off with just one.
mm,
If you do, you're not going very far.
there was one comedian that had a very excellent idea. He goes, all those houses out near the airport that people complain about noise and everything, why don't they just sell those to deaf people? I mean, it makes freaking sense. If you can't hear the noise, it's a great neighborhood.
They could probably feel the vibration more than they could the noise.
Oh,
Yeah.
Joe, I'm going to give you guys some homework. It's a YouTube video to look up. Billy Connolly airplane fart.
Oh Lord.
Oh God.
no, I've already got homework assignments from thesis tonight.
I promise you, Dan, when I first saw that one, I was in the floor laughing so hard I couldn't get across the room to the remote to turn the TV off.
Oh, I see that YouTube has not corrected the problem with the handles on the chat function. I'm assuming that's Dawn. Good evening,
Yep.
Dawn.
So Carl actually looked into that. I saw him make a post on Facebook about it. Apparently, there's a setting that the channel owner has to go in and change.
Yeah.
I did not see that post. I went back 16 days on Carl's Facebook and did not see that post at all. I mean, I was
It was
seriously
recent.
searching it out.
Yeah, I'll have to holler at Carl and have him help. I may bring him into a chat to walk me through it. Because I
Yeah,
got 3 damn channels.
because we can't really modify channel settings while we're live, can we?
You can. It's through you. You gotta do it actually through YouTube. It's nothing through StreamYard. It's nothing to do with StreamYard.
Yep. That's YouTube.
Now, will those settings take effect midstream? That's the
I
question.
got it.
That's a good question. Okay.
I need
Oh,
to do
God.
the same thing with. I need to check the NDCD settings and the Joe Bachman settings and probably the town's YouTube also. Not that we ever get comments on any of our streams there, but
Oh, we went to a Christmas parade tonight with the grandkids, and the Shriners were there. The Shrine, you know how the Shriners have all the little cars doing the running around and all that. The Shriners now have a pirate ship.
nice.
And they were playing Jimmy Buffett.
And to answer Dawn's question, yes, I am playing Frogger tonight. I took Trey's shift since she's still under the weather.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I had to take Lindsay's shift today when she wanted to go grocery shopping and had a list made out. And she was just not feeling up to going to the grocery store and walking around for hours and hours and hours to get everything she wanted. And believe me, it was a short grocery list. Had a hard time finding sauerkraut, but I'm glad I did because that was part of my supper tonight. Had uh, kielbasa and sauerkraut, and I ate until I could eat no more. And
Let me
y'all
see if
know
I can.
what that's like for me. The original bottomless pit. Um,
Let me see if I can find my dad's recipe for kraut and sausage.
it's basically cut up the sausage, throw in the sauerkraut, heat it up.
Yeah.
He made a sweet version. He
Mm,
added some brown sugar and I think it was the light Caro corn syrup.
The
could
light
be.
arrow. Yeah.
Oh. Well, my 5-month-old grandson taught me something at the Christmas parade.
Don't trust the fart.
No,
Oh,
he went like this, so I grabbed him. So, well, he reached out for me. I picked him up. Said, "How you doing?" He reached up and grabbed one mustache hair right under my nose and began pulling on it.
Ouch.
Needless to say,
That was not
I
fun.
was crying. I didn't know how weak I was.
And how
He didn't.
strong
Oh,
his hand was.
Yeah.
never trust Ira. If you know him from Liberty Con, never trust Ira. He will walk up and grab either a mustache hair or a nostril hair on your face and try and yank it out for a laugh.
Well,
And
believe it or not, that's what Burt Reynolds did to Dom DeLuise when Dom couldn't get into character because he was laughing so hard. He would
Mhm.
yank a nostril hair out.
oof.
uh,
Wow.
let's just say that man has gotten close to getting shot 3 or 4 times in my lifetime.
Which one's Ira?
Uh, Willie's tall and slightly broad-shouldered and lives in um, East Ridge.
Is he one of the security guys or?
No, no, no. He's an insecurity guy.
Oh,
Makes you feel insecure just to be around him. That since he married Jeannie, he's settled down quite a bit.
Hmm.
I mean, great person, excellent conversationalist. Um,
Hmm.
focuses on humor a little bit more than anybody that isn't a stand-up comedian should do. But that's his shtick. So he's all right.
I
But
don't think
now,
he.
when he gets close to me, I just kind of lean back and go, "Oh, not again."
got me
I,
once, asshole.
Yeah,
I don't think
really.
these guys are coming back until they go to take the second lane.
Hmm.
They should have done been back by now.
Maybe the barrels were on the other side of the state.
No, they actually have a little makeshift yard set up right here, actually right not too far from the ramp we're sitting on.
Maybe they found a Waffle House.
They found a Waffle House this far north. There's issues.
Hey, we're exporting them as fast as we can. Like
You keep
Dollar
that
Uh,
Generals and Family Dollar, and
you keep that truck parked there for very long, you'll have a Waffle House start growing up underneath it.
no, in this area, I'm liable to get a Casey's or a Dollar General.
Yeah, Dollar Generals are all over my county.
well, I did learn that Dollar Generals are doing something evil. They are actually looking at tax records and throwing up brand new Dollar Generals in poverty-stricken areas.
Yep.
And
They're trying to.
they're basically just aiming at the demographic that has the least amount of money and putting one of their stores right in there where it's convenient for everybody to go shop.
And then they jack the price up.
Well, considering it's Dollar General, I mean, there's nothing in there that should cost more than $1, except for maybe a major brand of peanut butter or something.
Yeah.
But
Oh, you're thinking Dollar Tree.
Yeah.
no, Dollar Tree does something pretty much similar, but
No, Dollar General, I've seen $80
$5.
items.
Yeah. No, so Dollar General's basically doing the same thing as Starbucks, only in reverse. Because Starbucks will look at the economy of an area to decide if it's rich enough for them to go into. Now, that being said, the way Dollar General's doing it, okay, that it's kind of smart because you got lower prices on a lot of things. But at the same time, in a heavily poverty-stricken area, you're going to have much more shrinkage because you're going to have a lot of stuff walking out that door that didn't get scanned. And that's even like the one in Valparaiso, which Valpo is not a poverty-stricken area. But I actually applied for a GM spot over there back when I used to work retail, and the lady that interviewed me, she basically said, everybody has to have their heads on a swivel. She goes, because you'll have stuff walk out of this store left, right, and center.
it doesn't.
Hey, I've been into some Dollar Generals. I think it'd be easier to walk out of a gold bar from Fort Knox than it would be to steal something from the Dollar General.
Yep.
Well, I've also seen some where the entire crew is in the stockroom helping unload a truck, and there are customers waiting at the cash register, and some of them just put stuff down on the floor and walk out empty-handed. And the only security is, the store is covered with cameras. But if somebody wanted to just go ahead and take their basket and walk on out because there's nobody at the cash register, it could happen.
Yep. When I interviewed, and one of the main reasons I didn't take the job was you went through 6 weeks of training, and you may or may not have a job after that 6 weeks. And you had to go out and find yellow polos.
That they don't carry.
That they don't carry or supply to you. You had to buy your own, polo shirts, which that part didn't bother me except for the fact that I didn't know of any place that sold yellow polos.
Yeah, in my area, it's blue.
And that was back before, Amazon was, prevalent.
Yeah.
So what do? I leave retail to go work for, a place where I'm wearing, rich reflective yellow. But
Well, you're talking about nobody at the cash register. We've got convenience stores here in town that have self-checkout.
Oh, boy.
Speedway did that for a little bit.
I can see people scanning like every third item that goes in the bag.
No, there's cameras all over it.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Now here's
talk about easier to walk out with a gold bar at Fort Knox.
And if you buy beer, you have to scan the back of your driver's license. because all that information is on the barcode
Yeah.
of your driver's license.
I keep waiting for them to include that on the ATM card, where you just tap and everything's there. You don't have to punch anything in. You don't have to show anything. It's just to speed things up a little.
Well, there's some states now where you can actually add your driver's license in to your Apple Wallet. I think you can do passports.
That's too much information in the digital world.
Yep.
And come on.
Already in the
It's not
digital
like they've
world.
already got it.
Yeah, the government keeps it in the digital world. It wouldn't be any good to you.
I'd trust Apple's security over most government security.
I'm wondering when's going to be the day that I have to fly internationally again, and my passport's already transmitted to my phone.
Excuse me.
And I don't even have an Apple phone. Hell, I don't know what it is. I think it's some flavor of LG.
It's Android.
Yeah, it's Android. It
Well,
works.
Joe, wasn't it last couple of months that Apple got in trouble that they had to start sharing stuff to Android?
I haven't heard about that.
Some lawsuit that Android had to somehow be compatible with Apple, and Apple had to be compatible with Android.
Sound like it had to be compatible with government programs.
Yeah, something like that.
I know. For quite a few years now, Apple has had it where if you're switching from Android to Apple, they added a way to be able to migrate your information, at least like your contacts, pictures, stuff like that. I don't know if it'll do if it'll do a search in the App Store for apps, because a lot of your major apps, they're available on iOS and Android both.
Mm-hmm.
So,
yeah.
So I don't know if it'll do the apps and stuff, but it'll get it'll get the important stuff. Let's put it that way.
Oh, Don posted this up a few minutes ago.
Camera caught my cane in the cart and told me I had to buy it again.
That's what I like. That's what I like about my canes. My cane that I use.
Mm-hmm.
That's ours. I don't think so.
Yeah.
Go check your stock. You don't sell this brand.
Well,
this is walked out through the woods and cut me down a damn tree and made my own.
The wife and I do self-checkout when we do our weekly grocery shopping at Meijer, but I use the Meijer app. So I'm scanning everything as we go, which is kind of nice because we can kind of see how much we're spending at that point.
Excuse me.
Plus, it'll pop up when you scan something. If there's a coupon, it'll pop up, showing that, there's a coupon, so you can just clip it right then. But it's
I use the scan and go at Sam's.
Mm-hmm.
And like you said, you can keep track of
Mhm.
how much you spent so far. Except it doesn't include the sales tax. That would be nice if it included the sales tax too, so you could don't get hit with that
Yeah.
surprise at the end. And here in Tennessee, it's 9.25. Almost 10%. Oh,
Yeah, ours
we were
is
talking.
7 up here.
Yeah. Oh,
Well,
y'all were talking
ours
about.
is 7, except for food items. Food items are 0.
Yeah. Oh, and I found out why Walmart doesn't do tap to pay.
They don't want to pay the processing fee.
Well, the tap to pay, most people would be using their phone,
Yeah.
right? They would have to pay the bank processing fee and a processing fee through Google and Apple.
Yep.
But their app will scan that little QR code
Mm-hmm.
and you can pay through their app.
Yeah.
Mm.
Of course, that's how I order my groceries now. Of course, when we order groceries, we get a 20-pound box of or the pail of cat litter,
Yeah.
a 20-pound bag of dog food, and two 40-pound bags of dog food.
Well,
That means we only got to lift it once.
If you can lift it.
I just drag it in.
and besides, he has a Greg.
Yeah, I got a Greg too.
I've got a
But we
hand
were
truck.
also buying 2 cases of water. It got to the point. I know one of the girls that is a picker at Walmart
Mm-hmm.
at the store we order from.
Mm-hmm.
She comes in, she looks at it, she sees our name, she goes, "Nope."
Not toting that stuff.
Well, the thing is, she's about 4'11"
Mm-hmm.
and $1.10 soaking wet.
If that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And she told me, she said, "I saw your name on the grocery list the other day." I said, "Yeah." She said, "Nope, doing it." And usually mine is the last one that gets pulled for that time slot.
Yeah.
Mm.
Because you got all the heavy lifting stuff.
Yep.
We used to go through the thing at Kroger where somebody walks around the store and gets what you want. And it started off really, really well, but then Lindsay was, shall we say, miffed at the quality of some of the vegetables that she requested.
Yeah.
He picked up. I mean, no. If you're gonna get 5 overwrapped tomatoes and 1 good one, you might as well just go to the store yourself and pick them out.
Yeah, I'm not getting
Yeah.
stuff like that.
Well, I was told, she told me, she says, if you order from the app, don't order meat, milk, or vegetables.
Yeah. Or fruits.
Well, produce.
Yeah.
Because they grab the first one they can reach.
Mhm. That's the whole reason we don't even bother with doing the, having those groceries delivered. Is the wife worked produce. She was the assistant manager at one of the local chains. She is very particular about her produce.
Yeah.
So is Lindsay.
Yeah.
I have learned over the years that if she's making a curry or something, or she wants me to make chili, um, I've got to sort through an entire basket of jalapenos to find the ones that are not overripe. Because
You,
although there's nothing wrong with them, they don't look good.
Well, I am completely wore out from the past 4 days.
you're
I'm
fading
going to
fast.
do what now?
You're
Yeah.
fading fast.
Yeah, I'm about to fall asleep on
Yeah.
y'all, so I'm going to get out of here. Y'all have a
All right.
Have a good night, Chris.
Thanks.
Good night,
I'll see y'all
Chris.
later.
Oh,
Dawn, I've
Dan,
got a feeling that that remark is going to bounce back on you
yeah.
at a later date.
Dan, do you ever go with Lindsay to the grocery store when she picks out produce?
Yeah, I usually just take a shopping list and go, okay, I'll go get this stuff. You stand here for 16 hours and pick out one leaf of lettuce or whatever.
Have you ever seen the videos of the guys that go shopping with their wife? And while she's, picking stuff and putting it in the basket or whatever, or picking one up and look, and well, he'll take one out of the basket and hand it to her. And she'll look at it, she'll throw it back, grab another one and put it in the basket. He'll grab one out of the basket and hand it to her, and she looks at it. No.
I've seen that video.
I haven't seen that. No.
There's a couple of them, and it's hilarious. She's sitting there with a bag sitting there on a produce stand. She's picking out one or two. She inspects it, puts it in the bag. He's over there looking at it, and he picked one out of the produce stand, handed it to her. She looks at it, threw it back. So he pulled one out of the bag, handed it to her. She looked at it, threw it back. And it was one she had just picked.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, Chris left and my audio cut out again.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Okay, so there's another bug with
Well, I don't know if it might be a bug with StreamYard. It could be the fact that I'm on beta for Apple, so
no.
I generally blame the beta before I blame anything else.
Yeah,
I generally blame Apple before I blame anything else.
Oh, the StreamYard forum, people are, if you notice, the little thing isn't over on the two screens, isn't over on the side.
Yeah.
I didn't add that in this time because it's the default. People are screaming that sure, it's great that the producer can shut it off, but the guests that come in can't shut it off. Can we get this? And everybody's going, yes, yes, please, yes, yes, yes. That's annoying as fuck. Yes, yes, please.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not just Dawn and Joe that were fussing. It's everybody.
I didn't see the need for it to start with.
It's only needed if you're streaming to,
Only mobile users.
Well, only mobile users, or if you're streaming to like Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, the ones that are primarily viewed mobily. Then it's a better format for their screen. But the majority of people stream to YouTube or Twitch or Kick, where it's, makes more sense to have it as
The landscape.
The landscape.
Yeah.
Because even like, even Twitch and Kick, it's better to have it as the landscape because that's the way it's displayed anyway. Because you still have the keyboard and everything that pops up for, adding comments and also to be able to see the chat. So
Well,
in a totally different direction, my little sister pissed me off mightily today.
I'm trying, Joe.
what?
She decided we were going to a steakhouse in a place that's about 30 minutes drive away so that we could take Mom out for Thanksgiving dinner and beat the Thanksgiving rush. Traditionally, we go to, say, Cracker Barrel, which Lindsay has been saving up all of her fetch points to get a coupon so that our Thanksgiving meal would be pretty much paid for by the groceries and gasoline that we bought all year long. No. I got the notice today. We're going to Outback Steakhouse in the next county
tomorrow.
tomorrow, less than 24 hours from when I got the notice. There was no discussion amongst the family. I mean, my brother and my sister and myself. It was just, hey, here it is. Don't worry about Mom's ride. Tim's going to pick her up and take her there. Stephen is busy in Atlanta where he lives. Stephen is my foster brother. Mom and Dad helped raise him. His mom passed away a few years back, and he inherited a freaking fortune. And he's also been in backgrounds of TV shows as a just a character actor, unnamed, uncredited. Yeah, but he's been in several things like well, what's the big one?
Have a good night, Dawn.
Everybody wave bye to Dawn.
Bye, Dawn. Yeah, not Falcon Crest, not the one in Texas with JR, the other one, Dallas. Not that one.
Dynasty.
That's the one. He's been an extra in Dynasty about 4 times already.
In the new Dynasty or the
new one, yeah. Because he's relatively young. I mean, he would have been in diapers for the original Dynasty. So, so basically, he has no speaking part. He's just kind of leaning up against the wall, watching the pretty girls walk by, and that's the character shot that gets used in the show. He's just background character actor in the background, but he has fun with it. He's been doing stand-up comedy at different clubs in Atlanta. He'll go and do like an open mic night or something like that. Been fairly popular there, and given my family, stand-up comedy should come easy to one of us because you just do what I do and just talk your ass off and hope people laugh. But Yeah. He always brings a date, but usually it's his emotional support puppy,
Uh,
which is almost as big as Kimber,
uh,
and just a cute dog. Absolutely beautiful dog.
Joe, are you north or southbound?
I will be southbound.
All right. Make it
And
look right.
Make it look right.
Do what?
Make it look right.
Yeah, that's a S.
Oh, okay. I see what she added. That font is so tiny on my screen right now. I didn't even notice the S that you added.
mm,
Uh, now, when you said you were working on it, I'm like, I'm on mobile right now. I'm stuck in a portrait mode
Yeah.
unless I turn my phone.
oh, I did something else tonight. I was having trouble linking the newest solar power bank to the Wi-Fi. And I thought, oh, I can't. I'm not doing this correctly. I'm not doing this correctly. Well, tonight I brought the damn thing in off the porch inside the Faraday cage that is my house. Rolled it back here to my office, set it up, turned it on, turned on the phone, turned on the app for the company that makes the um, solar power banks that I prefer. And all of a sudden, everything worked. I had set it up correctly on the front porch. It's just, it was outside the house and the Wi Fi was inside. Faraday cage.
Hmm.
No signal in or out. So I don't know how. Well, I've got the Wi-Fi set up next to the window, so the signal is actually going out through the glass into the front yard and spreading around. Uh, I can get a signal in the barn over here. I can get a signal in the well house for another. Um, Unfortunately, too small um, solar power unit, and got this bigger one so that I can keep the pipes from freezing in the wintertime in the well house because it's now not a little bitty wooden doghouse full of fiberglass. It's now a big tin building that I can walk into and change the water filters while standing up instead of standing on my head. And I don't know if it works once I get the damn thing in the well house. I'll be happy. Um,
Yeah, if the Wi-Fi signal doesn't reach, put a fan behind the router and help blow the signal out a little further.
well, it works for the power bank that's already out there. It's just the power bank that's in the well house is too small for the load. Got a
Not the green room, not the green room.
uh, I got a what is that? The pipe heating tape, the electrical thing
Hmm.
that keeps the pipes from freezing, and put it in there, and it was eating the entire power supply in that little bitty power bank, and that little bitty power bank kept uh, my beer fridge in the living room running for about 8 hours, and that thing pulls about 75 watts every time it clicks on. So I figure this one that puts out 3060 something watt hours, um They ought to be able to run the pipe heater. If it doesn't, I'll replace it with a heat lamp. Just have
Oh,
to buy a heat lamp.
you're talking about Wi-Fi. I got in a little trouble with my internet provider.
Oh,
Yeah, you're not supposed to put a hub before the router.
Right.
I had 3 routers running.
Okay.
out of a hub.
Yeah, I had, the main line coming in, and then it split to 3 different routers.
I have not caught.
Generally, a hub won't. Are you sure it wasn't just a regular wired router?
No, I put a hub before the router to split the signal.
And normally that'll just cause chaos, not work properly at all.
It worked.
Huh.
It just doesn't work according to spec for the Wi-Fi company.
The phone they called me and goes, "We've noticed a problem," and I knew it was EPB because it's an EPB phone number. And he says, "Will you please call me back at this number," which was EPB's number, and told me what extension to. He goes, "Yeah, I've noticed a discrepancy. You've got 3 IPs running. You're only allowed to have 1."
Yeah, that'll do it.
Well, that was better than when we had the cable boxes. Because I was plugging Greg's Xbox into the cable box.
Oh, that sounds like when I was still living in the mobile home, and I had like 8 different VCRs plugged into one cable, and was uh, videotaping shows that I didn't have time to watch because they were all on the same night at the same time.
Yeah.
That led to a little bit of confusion, but it was nothing I had to answer to the cable provider for. They did have a problem with my computer.
Mm.
In order to keep a permanent link to the place that stored Epelion for us over in Atlanta, I had to have a second phone line dedicated only to the computer, which was slightly inconvenient and not entirely inexpensive, but had to do it. Had to have the phone. There was a requirement at work that you had to have a landline phone. If you didn't have a landline phone, they wouldn't hire you. This was back before mobile phones were the norm for everybody, but they never changed that. And now Lindsay's going, "Hey, you're retired now. We can dump the landline." And I'm going, "That's the only way your children call you is on the landline. They don't use your mobile phone number. Besides, it's in every account we've had for the last 30 some odd years."
For
Can't change it.
years.
Yeah, can't change it, can't get rid of it. Doesn't cost that damn much.
For years, my great grandmother was fathered in to an old telephone plan. She was still on one of the old party line landline plans. And after she passed, and my aunt had taken over, the house and everything. She left that phone bill, in my great grandmother's name, because she had a cell phone, and if she needed to call long distance, she'd call from her cell. She just wanted a landline in case of emergencies.
Mm-hmm.
And finally, the phone company reached out and went, "Look, you guys have been on this plan for the last, however many phone companies we've had in this area." Like, they were actually honoring it from company to company. And they just went, "Look, if you want to keep it, we got to put you on, a normal plan. Like, we don't even have, this new system we're going to doesn't even have the ability for us to add that plan in any longer."
We can't do party lines anymore. Oh.
Heck, where I grew up out in Wanata, before the phone company actually went through and upgraded the lines in town, all you had to do is dial the last four numbers of someone's phone number to call them.
I remember that.
Really confused the hell out of me, because they made the change. They put it out in the phone bill that they had made the change that, most people just didn't even read. They just looked to see how much they owed that month, and went to call my buddy Scott, and pick up phone 2780. Beep, beep. That was weird. 2780. Okay, let me call Casey. 2171. What the hell? 733-2780. Starts ringing.
Call Junior Samples Used Cars at BR
549. Yeah. They just recently out here went to, hey, you have to include the area code now.
Yep.
Yeah, they got that up here now.
Mm-hmm.
Chattanooga now has 2 area codes.
How many in Knoxville got?
1.
Huh?
1. 865. If you look at the phone numbers, if you look at the letters, VOL in Knoxville.
That makes sense.
Nice.
For people that live in Knoxville.
Yeah. They have a vanity area code.
Well, everything down here used to be routed through what is still an Atlanta area code. And then they split Athens off and gave them their own area code. And everything still worked if you just did the regular, what is it? 4, 3, 7.
7 digit.
Yeah. And then all of a sudden you had to add in the area code as well. Made it 10.
I remember when they added the 574 area code up here. And they had announced that, up until this date, you can still use 219 to call people, but after this date, it's got to be 574.
Well, and look at nowadays. You don't even bother dialing the phone. You just look at your friends list pick out a name and hit call. The cell
Yep.
phone does everything for you.
I had somebody
No.
ask me, "What's your wife's phone number?" I'm going, "Fuck, I don't know."
There's still certain phone numbers I have memorized, just in case.
Oh, I've still got my mom's phone number. It's burned into my memory permanently. There's a couple of others that I don't know why I remember them, but I do. I mean, they're not that important anymore. I mean, there's um, one pizza place and I think a hardware store, and I know their phone number by heart. And then family home, and I don't have to look that up. But aside from that,
Yeah, the only pizza place I still have memorized is the Wana Pizza in Wanata, because it was 733 Wana.
oh, and I do think there was a radio station as well that I've forgotten it now, but used to be their request line. I had that number memorized because late nights at the factory when you're working um, 7 p.m. to 7 a.m., sometimes you want to hear a specific song.
Hmm.
And uh,
I do have both numbers for the local country station memorized, because that's the one I listen to for like all the local traffic and stuff. Which it's 219-531-0105. It's Indiana 105 is the country station up
mhm,
here. Um, which is their line for like if you're calling in for a contest or stuff like that.
yeah.
And then 219-405-7743 is their traffic tip hotline. So if you're driving along the interstate and you see an accident, or you're going down you're going through one of the towns and there's a light flashing red, you can call into that tip line and let them know what you're seeing.
Used to be you could get a fairly memorable number for like 96 Rock in Atlanta, and there was another station that was really, really progressive. I mean, I could listen to Alice Cooper, and next song would be um, uh, something country, and then the next one would be orchestral, and then the next one would be uh, either rap or punk, and the next one would be something totally different again.
Sounds
But
like Jack.
hmm?
I think that's a Jack format or River format.
Yeah, I believe they eventually turned into a river uh,
Yeah,
branded.
yeah, River's more country, but Jack's more all over the road.
Yeah, but
Now I'm gonna ask John something. Do you remember when you could have cable stereo, where you could hook your cable TV to the stereo, and you could get the audio for MTV, 96 Rock, and I think HBO?
No,
that sounds like way back in the day to me.
but we did have stereo VCRs that you could plug the cable into the back of the VCR and then run it to your stereo and have stereo sound, and then you got all that stuff.
Yeah. But yeah, Chattanooga Cable at the time, before they became Comcrap, you could hook the cable to the FM side of the little 2-wire FM, and you got 96 Rock, MTV, and HBO. Boy, some of those late night HBOs, your imagination can just really go wild.
Um,
uh,
we're having, I think it's Spectrum invade this area, trying to take over from Windstream. And I've been with Windstream for like 5 name changes now.
Well,
I call up.
If you go to Spectrum, customer service just totally sucks. But the service is a lot better than what you got right now.
Well, the thing is, with whatever Windstream wants to call itself today, Kinetic. I remember when it was Alltel and a couple of other things before that. I've been with them long enough to where I have a hotline number to specific people in the service center that I can go, hey, it's me, Dan. Can you check and see whether or not I've got something weird going on in my neighborhood? Because I can't. There's like half the internet's out, and they'll run a test for my address, and I don't even have to talk to anybody that doesn't speak English very well.
Yeah.
Usually it's some guy or some girl in the middle of Tennessee that I can actually understand their accent.
Well,
hey, y'all in Knoxville? I know that accent.
when I first got EPB, I was customer number 50. So, I was with them through the growing pains.
Mm-hmm.
I had the back line. Hey, Brad, it's Joe. Yeah, such and such is, this channel's out. Hold on a minute. Well, hold on a minute. All right, let me reboot your ONT. All right. He goes, everything's going off in 3, 2, 1. Bloop. All right. Turn it back on. All right. How is it now? Okay. Yeah, it fixed it. All right, good. Holler at you later.
Exactly.
One of the early problems they had is it was like watching a Japanese movie. But the voice...
Nobody's voice matched anybody's lips. Yeah.
It was back, in the Japanese movies, the voice was behind what they said. The voice was ahead of what they say. Talk about confusing.
Yep. But the reason I like having that kind of connection is I can call up and go, look, I've already rebooted the router 3 or 4 times. I restarted the computer. Problem's still there. I think it's on your end. Could you check and see? And they go, oh, yeah, car hit a telephone pole here about half a mile from your house. It'll be fixed in about 3 hours. Just give us time. And, I didn't have to explain that. Yeah, I knew how computers worked and how the internet works, or what I should do on my own to try and stumble through resetting shit. They just took it for granted that I knew my ass from a hole in the ground, which, yes, John, that is a serious mistake in most circumstances, but...
Well, the funny thing, when I said, like, hey, Brad, I actually met Brad. We were at a convenience store, And I looked at him and I went, he had on like the EPB fiber optics. I said, "Oh, are you install or whatever?" He said, "No, I'll work the thing." I said, "Cool. I'm one of the early guys." He goes, "Hey, Joe,"
Recognize your voice.
recognize my voice.
You whiny ass little.
No, when I called, he knew there was a situation on their end.
Hmm.
Because I
Yeah.
already did everything on my side.
When I
Yeah.
was a Comcast installer, there was one dispatcher that I had her direct line. I finally got her direct line. It was one that a buddy of mine had known her for years, and she was one of those that she could pretty much fix anything in the system that needed to be fixed. And I got this. I had a disconnect to do. Easiest job in the world for an installer is a disconnect. Put your ladder up, run up the pole, unscrew the cable, put the terminator on, screw that into the terminator. You're done, and it takes you longer to set the damn ladder up. Well, it was a non-pay disconnect. It was in a brand new subdivision. GPS had no record of this subdivision. The directions that the system gave you led you to an intersection of two roads where you're just staring at nothing but cornfields. So I always save the disconnects for the end of the day. I get to that one, and I'm looking around like there's nothing even close. I can't see anything as far as the eye can see other than corn and a couple farmhouses. So I called dispatch. Said, "Hey, here's the job number. I can't find this house. It's a disconnect, da da da." "Well, have you tried calling the customer?" I said, "What the hell good is that going to do me?" "Well, the customer could probably give you directions to their house." I said, "Yeah, I'll end up in Illinois." I said, "Take a look at the work order." "Well, it's a disconnect." "Right. It's a non-pay. They are behind on their bill. You think they're going to give me the right damn directions to get to their house?" So they took it off my job list. Next day, I get the same damn job again. I save it for the end of the day. Did some more, looking around. Can't find the place. Call dispatch again. This dispatcher: "Well, have you tried calling the customer?" Jesus Christ. "No." "Well, why not? It's a non-pay." "Oh, yeah, that probably wouldn't do any good." No shit. Day 3, I get the same job again. Call dispatch. "Same calling Comcast dispatch. This is Mickey. Is this the same Mickey who knows Grot?" "Yeah, the one and only." "Oh, thank you, God. What's going on?" "I have a non-paid disconnect. It's in a brand new subdivision. I can't find the damn place." I said, "And the last 2 dispatchers I've talked to have asked me if I've called the customer to get directions." She goes, "Oh, yeah, because that'll fucking work." I said, "Can you make this job disappear and not show up for our company again?" Because we were a subcontractor to Comcast. I said, "Can you pawn this off on somebody else?" She goes, "Yep. Here's your QTN number. Have a good night." I said, "Well, don't hang up yet." I said, "I need your direct line." I said, "John won't give it to me." And she goes, "Yeah, here you go." She goes, "I'm normally here Monday through Friday." Thank you.
We had I told you I used to work with the city, and we'd be working in neighborhoods, like putting in cross drains and all that. So, we would be there several days.
Yeah.
Comcast guy comes out, does the unhook like you said. No more than pulls off, guy comes out the house, shimmies up the pole, pulls his knife out, cuts the cord, does the, puts it in, screws it up on another one, shimmies back down the tree, down the pole, in the house. This went on for 3 days. I mean, no more than they get down the street, he's up the pole putting a new end on it. You know what they did the 4th day?
Cut it off at his house?
Yep.
Yep.
They pulled the line from, they just didn't cut it off. They pulled the line from the house.
So we'd get, every once in a while, we'd get a job that was called a service verification. And that was normally when a neighbor would call in saying, hey, we think this house is stealing cable. Well, this was when everything was first really going to digital.
Yeah.
And the signal strengths there's a very tight tolerance.
Yeah.
In a lot of areas. And this guy kept going out. He put a splitter on the line to his neighbor's house because all the other ports had terminators on them, that he was too stupid to just take a wire coat hanger and unscrew it, because that's all you really needed. But he put the two-way splitter on there, which would end up cutting the signal just enough to where his neighbor's HD would go out. So I went out, I looked, sure enough, Steve the Fresh, and I don't know where he got the cable and stuff, but it was the same underground cable we used. So he must have had a friend or something. So I went out, unhooked it, unhooked the splitter, looked at it, went, yeah, that's a good splitter. Put that in my pocket, hooked the actual guy's cable back in, made sure he was good, went outside, start hand spooling all the cord up because it was perfectly good underground cable.
Yeah.
Probably about 150, 200 feet. I'm like, well, hell, I can use that at another job. I'll just put an end on the other end. Walked up back to the guy's house. He didn't even have a house box up or anything. Just ran it straight into his house. And walked up, snipped it off at the house, took my little tool for opening up telephone boxes, slid it through the wall, and proceeded to walk off. I had another one I went out to, and it was for the Comcast. It was for internet service. And Comcast had this just absolutely horrid modem router combination. Like these things were junk. And I went out, and they were having issues. I guess I was like the 4th tech that went out. Knock on the door, said, hi, I'm Joe with Comcast. I'm here to fix your issues, da-da-da-da. End up getting grilled about my computer knowledge. Because the last tech that was out there said, oh, okay, everything's working. You just have to leave your laptop plugged in, into the router, you're good to go. That defeats the purpose of a wireless router.
Yeah.
There are some interesting times. The really weird one I got, though, it was a non-pay disconnect, and on our work orders, it would show how far behind they were. This one was over 900 days past due.
That's
2.5 years.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I look at it and I'm like, 900 some odd days. Wait, 900? How the hell have they gone almost 3 years with free cable? Because it wasn't like it was a brand new subdivision. This was like the middle of a town.
Yeah.
I'm looking at him like, so, any other tech would have just went, whatever, went up, disconnect, been on their way. I'm like, something just doesn't feel right about this. So I went up and I park and go up to the door and I knock and they answer. And I said, yeah, I'm Joe with Comcast. I said, I said, I'm here to disconnect you. And they're like, disconnect us? Why? I said, well, according to my work order here, you guys are over 3 years behind on your bill. She goes, we just got the bill. She goes, I was sending payment in next week. I said, well, is your name? And I read the name off. She goes, no, that doesn't match anybody here. I said, well, do you have the bill handy? She goes, yeah. And she grabs it, brings it back. Sure enough, different names, different account numbers, same address. Okay. Sadly, this is before I had Mickey's phone number. I called dispatch. I'm like, okay, guys. I said, I have a weird one for you. And I explained the situation. They go, hold on. I think we need someone higher than me. Get that person on the phone. Yeah, that's gonna go to someone higher than me also.
Mm-hmm.
Finally, like third or fourth person, they go, any other tech would have just disconnected them, been on their way, and took their $5 for doing a disconnect. Like you actually saved us money on having to do a service call.
Yeah, there was
So it would have been a service call for free for the customer.
there was a situation like that when we first moved to Athens from Knoxville, and Mom was taking the cord for the coffee pot and using it as a TV antenna so that we could watch TV. And then one day, just out of curiosity, she screwed the cable onto the back of the TV, and all of a sudden, we were able to watch the moon landing.
Mm-hmm.
That went on and that went on. We never got a bill. We never got a bill. We never got a bill. My parents would be worrying about, oh, this is going to be a horrendous bill when it finally arrives. And we moved out of that house and moved back to Knoxville. And Mom calls to have everything turned off. And it turns out that was supposed to have been disconnected like 2 years before we moved into the house. And the people that were originally there and had the service were still getting bills after they moved out of the place.
And paying it.
They had never turned the service off. And Mom just went, oh, well, here's a wire. Let's see if it works better than the coffee pot cord. Hey, we got to see Armstrong and Aldrin walk on the moon on this free cable, and got to see Dark Shadows for about 5 years, and we weren't charged anything.
Oh, I learned something else when they first put cable in Chattanooga, that if you took your cable and ran it to like a CB antenna, you get cable all over your house.
Mm-hmm. But the places I hated to go were apartment buildings.
Oh,
because guaranteed somebody had something hooked up wrong to where they were backfeeding one of the lines, and those MDU boxes were metal. It was like playing a game of Operation.
Yeah.
You touch that metal box, and God damn it, And it only got worse the more people. If there was more people that had ship backfeeding down the lines.
Yeah. Well, guys, guess what?
Is that time?
That's all, folks. We need to say good night, everybody.
The fuck?
Good night, everybody.
Good night, Joe.
Well, that sounded
Good night.
interesting.
Somebody, I think, tried to go the wrong way up the other ramp and realized that they were about to head northbound on southbound.
Oh, well, that's not good.
Yeah. I
right.
saw a set of lights that didn't belong to anybody else out here.
Yeah.
Good
All
night,
right.
folks.
Good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody.
I hit the button, right? Yeah. Bye.
I have slept the surly bonds of earth and danced the skies on laughter-silvered wings. Sunward I've climbed and joined the tumbling mirth of sun-split clouds and done 100 things you have not dreamed of. Wheeled and soared and swung high in the sunlit silence. Hovering there, I've chased the shouting wind along and flung my eager craft through footless halls of air. Up, up the long, delirious, burning blue, I've topped the windswept heights with easy grace, when never lark nor even eagle flew. And while with silent, lifting mind, I've trod the high, untrespassed sanctity of space, put out my hand, and touched the face of God.